Hello everyone, welcome back. Now we are going to discuss another topic from academic writing, and the topic is on grammar for academic writing. So, you have been discussing the points that we'll have to keep in mind while writing for academic purpose. We said that our sentences should be complete. Now let us discuss the second point, how to diversify the sentences in your academic writing. We'll be also discussing in this video how to avoid fragments and how to be careful about subject-verb agreement. Let us start. Diversity means variety. So it is important to use different types of sentences in a text. Different types of sentences means simple sentences, compound sentences, complex sentences, compound complex sentences. Let us discuss them in detail. A simple sentence consists of only one clause with a single subject part and another single predicate part. See the examples given there. Sentence number 1. I like fat cats with long furry tails and big eyes. In this sentence, I is one subject and predicate is the remaining part of the sentence. So in the second sentence, Jacob stood on his tiptoes. Subject is Jacob and the remaining part is predicate. See the third sentence also. You can see which part is subject and which part is predicate. In all these sentences, there are only one subject and one predicate each. So they are simple sentences. But in sentences with more than one subject and one predicate, the pattern is different and they are called compound or complex sentences. See the examples given there. Sentence number 1. I really need to go to work, but I am too sick to drive. There are two subjects. I is the subject 1 and again I is subject 2. Really need to go to work is predicate 1. I'm too sick to drive is predicate 2. And similarly, in sentence number 2 and sentence number 3, there are two subjects and two predicates. So they are not simple sentences. They are either compound sentence or complex sentence. Let us also say that in compound sentences, there are only independent clauses. But in complex sentences, the variety of clauses are independent and dependent clauses. See sentence number 1, 2, 3 that we have already seen in the previous slide. In sentence number 1, the first part is an independent clause and the remaining part is also another independent clause. So it is a compound sentence. In sentence number 2 also, there are two independent clauses. So it is a compound sentence. But in sentence number 3, there is one dependent clause and another independent clause. See the sentence clearly. Read it once more. Because my coffee was too cold is a dependent clause. I hated it in the microwave is an independent clause. So the sentence is complex sentence. Now let us do one activity. You will have to identify whether the following sentences are simple, compound, or complex. Pause the video and say whether the sentences are compound, complex, or simple sentences. Now, the other points that you'll have to remember in diversifying sentences are following. So, adding different types of sentences in different length will avoid monotony. It is advisable to break lengthy sentences into 2 or 3 different small sentences. So, also you have to avoid choppy sentences with unnecessary branches, as it would make your writing repetitive. The next point is in our discussion is to avoid fragments to make your academic writing attractive. What is a fragment? A fragment is an incomplete sentence, or it is disconnected piece of main clause. It usually happens when a subject or verb is absent in a sentence. Example, see the sentences given there. Came to my office yesterday. It is not a sentence, it is a fragment because subject is absent. She at my office now. It is also not a sentence, it is a fragment because verb is absent in the sentence. So let us make the sentence complete by adding a subject and a verb. Sentence number 1, he came to my office yesterday. And sentence number 2, she is at my office now. In conversation, fragments are necessary, but they are not acceptable in academic writing. Practice how to revise fragments into sentences by doing activity 5.4 in your textbook. We'll continue our video in our discussion in our next video. Thank you.